Hello everyone and welcome to another React video. My name is Draven and today I get to do a blind react to Sofia Isella, I hope I'm saying that right, and her song The Doll People. Now, quick little introduction on how I was kind of introduced to Sofia is I was just scrolling Instagram one day and my friend Sab posted this picture. And something you need to know about Sab is he's a little out there. So Sab is heavily tattooed. He's got a split tongue, and also warning for those of you that are squeamish about blood and hooks. You might want to turn away in about 3 seconds. He thinks this is a fun time. Yep, that's him with giant ass fish hooks in his back. If you're squeamish, you can look now, it's gone. But yeah, so when I see him post something about music or about anything, I know it's going to be just a little off from center. And I'm all about it. So he's given me some really good recommendations in the past, or at least I've through osmosis have picked up some things like other bands like MSI, Mindless Self-Indulgence. I think Die Antwoord was one of his, like things like that. Just a little weird kind of off-center music. And it seems like Sofia is going to be one of those as well, because he had a couple of other pictures and a couple of like quick little reels that I saw. They were either his or someone else's while I was scrolling. And I saw like little 10-second snippets of Sofia on stage, and it's just long hair down in front of her face, like looking like the girl from The Ring. And I was like, yep, that's right up my alley. I need to check that out because it looks all kinds of weird and I'm all about it. So with that being said,
shut up, Draven.
Let's go. It's a playful piano.
The doll people are not men. They are made of ice and glass. Our skin is clay and painted blue. Our head can detach. We are statues with a pulse. We are art you can fuck.
Oh, that was cool. The piano coming in and like censoring the word fuck there, because it's like I'll say it, but I'll hide it, but you know it's there, kind of thing. That's cool. That's a cool little touch. All right, let's keep going.
The doll people are quiet. What is there to say? Art does not interpret itself.
Oh,
They're
shit.
men with a day to save. We are paintings with legs. We are art you can fuck. Drink the dolls, legs spread like buttery your wife. Whore, mistress, maid, mother, the beauty and the buyer. Take the screaming one, because a woman who doesn't want it is much harder than one that does.
Oh shit.
Wife, whore, mistress, maid, mother.
So that the girl that doesn't want it is hotter, whatever that line was. I forget it verbatim, but that can be taken one of two ways, or a multitude of ways, but there's two that are in my head. There's the aggressive one, which I think we all know what I'm thinking. It rhymes with grape, and you know, bad. Hate that. The lighter version of it is the hard to get girl. You don't have to go to that other extreme. The hard to get girl is fun, you know. It's guys are like challenge based, at least in my estimation. Like we like a good challenge, and sometimes when a girl plays hard to get, like it's a fun game as long as both parties understand what's happening. Most of the time it's going to be one-sided, where the guy thinks it's happening And the girl is just like, no, like, please go away. And the guy's like, oh, I know what please go away means. And then it turns into that first situation, which is very bad. So yeah, it's kind of cool that you can kind of catch it in both ways. I'm gonna go back and catch that line again. Here we go. Interesting so far.
Because a woman who doesn't want it is much harder than one that does. Or mistress made mother. Wife or mistress made mother.
The soft coughing breathing.
The dull people are alive. Or so they say. You can never trust the art these days. To be admired takes precedence over admiring. To be desired takes importance over desiring. Drink the doll's legs spread like buttery. Wife, whore, mistress, maid, mother. The beauty and the buyer take the screaming one because a woman who doesn't want it is much harder than one that does. Pain popping off of us like rockets, stepped right out of a fantasy. The whistle stuck to our pockets. The beauty and the buyer take the screaming one because a woman who doesn't want it is much harder than one that does.
This is all over the place, tempo wise, what she's doing with her voice. Also, this video is unsettling.
The doll people are gone. They don't know what happened. They looked under her skirts one morning, but all they saw were maggots. Keeping their head on the wall, they fucked the yard on that afternoon. The dolls are off running and laughing together, swimming in the milk of the moon. Wife, whore, mistress, maid, mother. Wife, whore, mistress, maid, mother. Wife, whore, mistress, maid, mother.
Whoa. You don't see that every day. Let's go talk about it. So my thoughts on this song can be broken down into a couple of parts. The first one being the musical part of it, which is going to be a hell of a lot easier to talk about than the second part. So musically, this was great. It was such a good kind of mix of so many different styles. Like, it starts off when she's like speak singing. I guess it's almost like a poetry night at the cafe kind of thing. And like, when she was done, people would give her one of these, you know. But then she gets into some beautiful singing like in the middle, and then you've got the jump scares with the piano and all the different voices coming in at the same time, and it's just a really well put together song, and I really enjoyed it. I'm sure it's not going to be for everyone. It's a little bit on the weird side, but I was thinking about this as I was listening to it. It's weird if you're normal, but it's normal if you're weird, if that makes sense. Like, to me, this was great. Like, I got it. Like, I understood what was going on, like, musically and like thematically and things like that. Which leads me into the second part, which is not going to be easy for me to really get my point across or my thoughts across properly, and here's why. And just so you guys know, I don't have notes in front of me. I'm literally staring at the ending of the video, full screen, just paused. That's what's in front of me. So I have no notes here. I'm just flying off my ass here. So the way that I need to tackle this, because obviously this is a subject that doesn't, how do I say this? It doesn't affect me directly, because it's like a tale of two cities here. It's about the women, but it's about the men and their view and their actions towards the women. So obviously I fall into the man category, but I'm not that guy, because in the reaction I touched on how the girl that doesn't want it is more fun or is hotter is the lyric. And that could have been seen in one of two ways, either the very aggressive like essay kind of way, or the oh she's playing hard to get kind of way. I think the oh she's playing hard to get, that's out the window. That is not what Sophia is talking about here, at least in my estimation. But like, I'm not that guy ever. I don't have that in my makeup at all. But it absolutely does exist. You'd be stupid to think otherwise. And I feel like this song probably triggers a lot of dudes, and they just kind of like out themselves whenever they post that they're mad about this song. I would assume that there's a shit ton of comments of guys being like, this is stupid, da, da, da. You know, they're basically holding up a sign saying, hey, I'm the guy she's talking about. But that being said, this seems like, for women, this is definitely like a lived experience thing. The feelings and the themes that she's talking about in this song, I bet 9 out of 10 women know exactly what she's talking about, even though it's all shrouded in this doll kind of theme. And like they look under our skirts and all they see are maggots, because once the fun thing has been played with, it's dead and forgotten, and then the maggots come in. Like, and again, keep in mind, I'm just kind of winging this. If I'm say the wrong thing, it's not with any kind of malice or intent. It's just that's what I'm saying in the moment. Please let me know in the comments if I say something that's either wrong or right on the nose. I'm very interested in what you guys think about this. But the other thing I need to be cautious of is, and this is just in my own head, is if I don't talk about it enough, or if I don't give it the right amount of respect, then I'm either a coward for not wanting to talk about it, I'm just one of them and I don't relate and I can't see what the problem is, you know, things like that. And that's on one hand. But then if I lean way too far into it and I'm like, I'm one of the ladies, like, and like, I'm never going to understand this. And like, just to be like virtue signaling and white knighting and being like, hey, I'm with you. Like, I can't be with you. I don't understand this. This isn't something that has happened to me. Not to say that I don't know that it has happened and will continue to happen until we're all dead and gone. That's is unfortunately something that probably is never going to go away. For me to try to be like the voice of reason in all this is ludicrous. Like, I'm never going to be that person. So I'm trying to dance in the middle here, just to give an opinion, but not I'm Canadian. I apologize a lot. So this whole rant has been a giant apology up to this point. But hopefully you guys understand where I'm trying to get at. But thematically, talking about the doll people, and I'm going to try to get through this a little quicker because I have talked for way too long at this point. You can detach our heads. So you think back to playing with Barbies as a kid. We'd all pop the heads off, swap them on different bodies. And that's kind of like a theme that's being presented here, is men don't care about what's here. They just want the fun stuff, even though there's fun stuff up here too. But that's kind of like, I think what she's getting at is like, you're interchangeable as long as the fun bits are still there. And she gets into the kind of like hook that happens, the whore mistress made mother. So it's like all of this part is what goes into that. We don't need this. We don't need this as far as the men are concerned, at least is what she's trying to get across. Is you just need to be quiet just silent, obedient, be the pretty doll that we can show off in front of our friends, we can show off to society, and then we can go home and do what we need to do, you know, with the part of you that we want. And we don't need your opinions. Those are dangerous things. We don't want to hear about that. So I feel like that's kind of the idea of what she's getting at here. And I know I've been rambling a lot, and a ton of this is going to get edited out. Just fair warning, if you see a lot of cuts, it's because I was just rambling. I'm not trying to hide anything. It's probably just me rambling, trying to apologize for what I'm kind of trying to set up as far as an opinion, including what I'm saying right now. It may not be in the video. Who knows? But all in all, this was a very, very interesting song. And I feel like it's not going to be seen by as many people as it needs to be seen by, which is all 7 or 8 billion people that are on this planet. That's the target number, is everyone on this planet should know this song like they probably know Happy Birthday. This is probably something people should learn, and should learn to decode and understand and like feel, and just be like, oh yeah, this is the doll thing that creepy ring lady was talking about. And going back to the musical style of it, and when she's doing kind of like that slam poetry section, you notice that she's very quiet about it. It's almost like a whisper tone that she's using, which feeds into the women should be silent thing. It's kind of like that old adage of children should be seen and not heard. I feel like this applies to this. Like, if you're just going to be the trophy, the doll, dolls don't talk, at least not the clay ceramic ones. The traditional like doll that you would dress up, like those what are they, the American Girl dolls. Sorry, I'm Canadian, took me a second to remember that. So the American Girl dolls that you can change the outfits of, and they just kind of stand there, and you leave them in their box and you hope they appreciate and value over time. It's kind of like one of those things. It's like a should be seen and not heard type situation. So I feel like her kind of whisper toning through the whole thing, but then you get those pops of loud that come through, and it's like, whoa, we don't need that. You need to reel that back in. I think it is very, very powerful. Instead of her just yelling through the entire song saying, you know, rah rah, we should be heard, it's like, I'm gonna give you what you want, but every once in a while I'm gonna fight back, and you're not gonna like that. And also with the piano hits on the "we're art that you can fuck" line, whatever the actual proper line is, the piano kind of blocking the word fuck, and like I said in the reaction, it's you know it's there, you just don't want to hear it, so you put this loud noise over top of it, and you being the men, like, you know what's happening and we're trying to say it, but you don't want to, it's uncomfortable to hear the art talking back to you, or like the doll talking back to you. Like, you just want it to be quiet and let it happen, but you know what you're doing, you just don't want to hear it, is basically what I'm getting at here. So again, hopefully I did this kind of final thoughts thing justice, and I didn't piss anybody off or over try to be overly like for the gals, because as much as I am for the gals in this scenario, I'm not trying to be this like shining image of like, I understand, because I don't. It's not something that I've lived. And please don't take the ramblings of some random YouTube guy. You know, I know that if you're a fan of Sophia's and you're a fan of this song and you're here to see a reaction, you probably are interested in seeing what the reactor thinks of the message. But please don't like take what I'm saying as my entire identity. You know what I mean? Like, this guy said this about that, so he must be a piece of trash and da da da. I'm trying to get this out as kind of diplomatically as I can, and hopefully I've hit that mark. Like, I have no reason for you to take what I say like at heart. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to change anyone's mind. I'm not trying to frame it a certain way for any kind of agenda. I'm just trying to speak what I saw. And hopefully that got across again. And I appreciate you guys watching this, and keep sharing this kind of song with as many people as you can. I feel like, again, this is something that people need to see, they need to hear, and like really listen to. Like, not just listen to it, they need to hear it, if that makes sense. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this reaction, and if you did, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hype it up, and let me know if there's any other Sofia songs that you guys really enjoy. I'd like to check that out, or any other artists that are like Sofia Isella that you think are very interesting. Always looking for new music on this channel, so that would be awesome. And YouTube thinks you're gonna like this one, so go check that out. And as always, we'll see you at the next one.